We're so glad that y'all are here today. I'm Ansley. I'm a buyer specialist with the Hupman Group.
And I'm Shannon. I'm also a buyer specialist with the Hupman Group.
And what are we doing today, Shannon?
Well, today we are here with the team from Polti at Loblolly at Heartwood, and I would love for them to introduce themselves.
Yeah, my name's Steve Kelly. I'm a sales consultant here for Pulte Group, selling Pulte and Centex here at Loblolly at Heartwood.
I am Courtney doing the same exact thing Steve said.
And so to kind of kick us off, tell us a little bit about Pulte and Centex for people who aren't familiar with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Pulte was actually founded by Bill Pulte in Michigan about over 70 years ago. His focus was to build a quality home for an affordable price, and that has continued over the last 70 years into what we do today, which is to continue to build a quality home, what we call consumer-inspired homes as well.
What is consumer inspired?
Great question. So what we do is we take actual feedback from homeowners and we incorporate that into the next revision in home floor plans.
Oh, okay.
So
could you give us an example?
Yeah, great. I was just about to say, so what we call our Pulte Planning Center is an example of that. So the idea being, after homeowners had pointed out how your kitchen island is cluttered, let's say, with your kids' homework and mail and stuff, well, let's put a little spot over here that's a great spot for kids to do homework, collect mail, whatever you need it to be, and keep your kitchen free. So that's a revision that was put into floor plans a few years ago based on customer feedback.
I love that.
Interesting. Yeah. That would be helpful for you with all
that
your
was
kids.
so helpful in my house with my 3 kids.
She got a lot going on with her family. All right.
And what about Centex? Can you tell us a little bit? Is there any difference between Polti and Centex?
Yeah, Courtney?
Yeah, there is. And when it pertains to Loblolly specifically, we've got our Polti product, which is, typically, pick your plan, pick your home site, and put all your options that you want in the home. Where the Centex is, we've taken a lot of the guesswork out of it. We've put, some nice upgraded flooring in there. We've just simplified it. You have 2 packages to pick from. Package A, Package B, we may or may not have put in a screen-in porch, but it's all the guesswork's taken out. So it's a quicker delivery, where the Pulte side's about a 9 to 12 month delivery time frame.
Okay.
And Centex, we can have, a home a month or 2 homes a month delivered, almost immediately.
Okay, so those are the more kind of move-in ready homes where people aren't necessarily picking their finishes.
That's right.
Is there a product for people who are looking to pick their finishes, kind of build from the ground up?
That would be our Pulte product.
Absolutely, yeah. And to speak to the Pulte Centex thing, kind of backpedal a little bit, Pulte Group is Centex, right? So the quality build and the same construction managers handle Centex and Pulte. You put them next to each other, you can't tell the difference from the outside. It's all about the inside, the finishes, the options that you have.
That's right.
So yeah, at this point we still have quite a bit of to-be-built options. You can pick your land, pick your floor plan, and put any options in the house you like on the Pulte side. Whereas, as Courtney said, on Centex, we've taken the guesswork out of it and make the home available a little sooner.
Okay,
Nice.
so you have options for a whole range of buyers then.
That's right.
That's
We will. Our plan is to have a couple of spec homes. We would say on the Pulte side that are kind of sprinkled in through the project, but it'll be very minimal. Mostly, it will be for that person who really wants to build their dream home.
What exactly is a spec home?
A spec
People haven't heard that before.
Sure. A spec home is essentially we go back and look at all what have people really been putting in their homes. Let's say that you came and you built your home, and what is the how many people are picking out fireplaces? How many people are doing certain features that we allow on the Pulte product, and we will then build a spec home, which is essentially a to-be built that we've picked out the options for that would be available on a quicker delivery time frame.
Nice.
Okay.
So depending on the buyer, it sounds like if you have one buyer who's like, just tell me what to do, I don't want a million options. And then of course you meet another buyer who's like, oh no, I want to pick it all out. You can accommodate them both.
That's
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, I think it would be amiss if we didn't point out the difference as well. We do put some upgraded features in the Centex homes, but they are meant for a different buyer. On average, it's going to be $100,000 to $150,000 less price point.
Wow.
Okay.
So but it does give you the option to get a quality built home with some upgrades in the neighborhood that you should want to get into.
Okay.
And if you don't have the time to wait for a Pulte home to be built.
Some people want it now,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I mean, that, like I said, you're really catering to a whole range of buyers,
Mhm.
both with what they want and with their price points.
And the other great thing too is that, you know, it's essentially cosmetics, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not all the inside the walls, all the outside, the quality construction, the
Mhm.
warranty, everything is literally, you're getting the same construction manager, that same team, it's all the same. So it's really, if someone wants to come and say, okay, well, this cosmetics, I'm a project person anyways, I'll take it out, I'll do this, and they don't mind doing that.
Right,
So,
Right.
you know, so it has a little bit something for everybody.
Okay. You mentioned time frame. Can we go back to that? So if I came in here and I wanted to build a home and pick out all of the finishing touches, what am I looking at for a
Cool.
timeline?
Let you take that.
It's about a 9 to 12 months.
Okay.
So depending on, you know, we're hovering now on that 10-month range, but we put 9 to 12 months just because we, you know, with any supply chain, or we're still on the land of unknown. Things are getting better, but there's still challenges out there. So that's essentially what we're seeing between,
Okay.
you know, the time you go to contract, you go to design. Permitting takes about 8 to 12 weeks, and then that's when you can kind of expect the whole groundbreaking process to start.
Exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I need to ask about amenities, because when you drive past this, you drive down Belfast Keller Road here in Richmond Hill, and you see those
Yeah.
beautiful wooden buildings.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the amenities that you have coming for the residents here at Loblolly at Heartwood?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely can announce September 15th is the ribbon cutting for the amenities, so they are opening
Nice.
officially
We'll
to
be
our
here.
yeah, I'm
see
sure
you
you'll
there.
get your invite. The residents will be super excited as well. So what the buildings you see when you drive down are start with the Outfitters Park. Half of that is going to be about office space, but the other half is going to be community space, as well as where the Bee Health representatives will be set up along with a lifestyle director. That's going to be available to Heartwood residents, Loblolly residents, to have access to the representatives from Candler that'll be on site helping with yoga classes for kids, setting up outdoor yoga, the green space, the grand lawn, I believe we're calling it. They'll be planning movie nights, lots of fun outside event activities, and then of course the beautiful zero entry pool, along with the clubhouse with indoor outdoor fireplace. I mean, it really is it's
Oh
a
my
nice
gosh.
setup. The playground for the kids is just about ready. It is absolutely amazing. Your 3 kids would love it. It's
I'm
not,
sure they would.
Yeah.
Maybe not your teenager, but.
I mean, it looks like fun. I've wanted to go play a few times, but they told us not to. So.
They also, you know, to couple in with the Bee Health, they really want the residents to use the community as an avenue to stay healthy. So it's rather than, you know, go to the doctor because you don't feel well, it's like you're using, you know, the representative to maintain that healthy lifestyle. So they'll have the kayaking where they can get out there, and they're gonna, you know, the walking and miles of walking and biking trails. That's going to be available to all the residents. So it's really a place where they want to be able to live, work, and play, and maintain that healthy lifestyle.
Love that.
Shannon might move here because she wakes up at 3:30 in the morning to run.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I love a good running trail.
So she might be moving in over here. But that's excellent.
Yeah.
And I think to kind of wrap everything up, if you guys, and this is a hard question, but if you were to choose just one thing, your big thing about what to expect with working with you, what would that be? The
Oh,
big
gosh.
takeaway for
Oh my
everyone
goodness.
watching right now.
One thing from working with me personally.
Okay, maybe 2
Or-
things. One.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess one of the things that I'm excited about working with anybody who comes in and wants to live here at Loblolly Heartwood is that integration of the partnership with Candler that was announced a few weeks ago. I've never heard of a residential neighborhood where they're focused on keeping residents healthy from the start.
That's right.
Before lots of neighborhoods have pools, but I don't think any other neighborhood has that. And as far as working with us, I think we could both. I'll say for myself, the biggest thing is to make sure that we take care of the customer that comes in and finds you the perfect house, whether it's a spec or a to be built, and work with you through the whole process. And we have a very smooth process where we hand you off then to the construction manager, who then hands you off to our customer care team. So you really feel like you've worked with a team from start to finish and even after you live in your home.
Wow. So it sounds like an experience from start to finish where someone's guided through the process.
That's right.
That's exactly right. So, as Steve mentioned, it's a tailored process. It's, there's certain steps to each one. And if you're coming in the middle where it's that spec, right? We've already done some of those beginning steps for you. We, as a team, act as the customer. So we have our meetings with the construction manager and pretend that we are the customer from that perspective. So it's not like it's just, it's just a spec home. No, we actually treat it like it's our home, and make sure that things have, kind of gone through that checks and balances per se.
Yeah.
And I would also kind of echo what you're saying as far as St. Joseph Candler, but one of the things that I'm super excited about, which I think doesn't really exist that I've really found in Richmond Hill yet, are the commercial opportunities that are in Heartwood, which whether it be your boutique or your coffee shop or things that they really want to have available for the residents that are part of Heartwood. So I think that that's pretty cool and special. So I'm excited to see all of that unfold for sure.
A boutique and a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for something like that, but I was going to wait for you to confirm it first.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So there's, they'll be interviewing, or talking to people about what kind of businesses they want to have a part of the neighborhood. But that's really what their vision is just in those little pockets of commercial to have like, a little hair salon or, coffee shop or things like that. So I'm super excited about that.
That's a huge benefit.
Yeah.
To the people who are living here. I mean, like a total all-inclusive community.
Exactly.
So that's so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we really want to thank both of you for coming in and joining us today and answering some of our questions.
Yes.
And telling our viewers more about Loblolly at Heartwood.
Happy to do it.
Stick around though, because we have another episode coming up in a little while where we're going to kind of dive in more into what it's like to live here. So stay tuned and we'll do a deep dive on that. Oh, Mr. Sheffield, I like how you're looking today. Oh, yeah.
Let's keep it PG.
I didn't get any of this freebie stuff.